You have 15 minutes of heat, Solana? I want to do a quick little question here. Solana posed on Twitter.
Ladies and gentlemen, stand up and make some noise for 15 minutes of heat.
15 Minutes of Heat is brought to you by our friends at Hollywood Kia. They're the number one Kia dealer in South Florida. When you go, you get the Star treatment. They're located on the corner of Pembroke Road and 441. We want to see you in a Hollywood Kia and shop online at hollywoodkia.com.
Kind of messed up the liner there and you got caught because when you go, you get the Star treatment, but it's not really the way it's written, and then he got caught up there.
Thanks for pointing that out, Hawk.
I noticed it. I'm just telling you, I noticed it.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Am I right?
No, you're 100% right. Yeah.
All right. Your mic was on, though. We could hear you. So, the Heat, I don't know who's in charge of firing off Pepas. Is that one person's decision, or is that a consortium?
It's something that I am endeavoring to find out.
Yeah.
I have reached out to Game Ops. I know there is an operations team, but
Right.
I don't know who controls the music per se. Is it DJ M. all the time? Like, I just don't know. Is he given that much responsibility?
So Solana has pointed out several times the last few seasons that the Heat every now and again will flirt with a premature Pepas.
Mm-hmm.
So game break, if the Heat have it locked up, Pepas plays throughout the arena, place goes nuts. It really is a cool Miami celebration. How long has it been going on now, Solana? Maybe 4 or 5 seasons?
4 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've never messed it up, though. They've never played it, and then the Heat coughed up the lead and the win.
And that last night was crazy.
And that's when it happened last night. The first time that it ever happened, they played Pepas, and then Washington miraculously ended up winning the game. And Solana posited on Twitter, should they retire the Pepas tradition?
No. That's genuinely us. That's, people know it. Teams around the league know when you.
I remember you arguing that the Hurricanes should retire the turnover chain, and I think this is so similar. That's the analogy that I make because I hate the fact that they retired the turnover chain, and I would hate for the Heat to stop doing that because of one mistake. I mean, if you're going to play, the fans want to hear it, right? I mean, that's something that you look forward to. And if you're going to play it, that was the situation last night during the game. It felt like it was salted away.
So 4 years, 41 home games. What's that? 160
right,
opportunities.
But not every time. Sometimes games do come down to the end, or sometimes you're losing a game, so there's no chance you're going to play it. So they only play it if the game has been salted away. Sometimes it gets played with 6-7 minutes to go in the game, right? The opposing team sits all the starters, like they are conceding the game. You hear an early Pepas, I mean, you've watched a great game if you're a Heat fan. Last night, yesterday afternoon, was the first time that they whiffed.
To compare it to the turnover chain is different because you're down by 21 and recover a fumble. What's the point of going to the sideline and grabbing his chain? I think that whoever prematurely played the Pepas last night maybe should be fired. But you shouldn't retire Pepas. You should retire that human.
Should there be more than one person fired last night?
It's like when these
fire Mike Biamonte, Bernie, fire Chris Quinn.
I just watched
Heads Must Roll.
I just watched Man of Steel this morning, and they had to have the two people put the keys in and push the buttons at the same time,
right,
to fire off.
So maybe we take it out of one person's hands, and it has to be like there's multiple a button that Riley has, like almost a beeper, that Riley has to hit the button, Alonzo Mourning has to hit the button, and Crotty.
Tony, I want Ferentino to hit the button.
I don't know if he's there for all the games anymore.
Okay, well, he doesn't have a button.
But I give the button to Riley, Alonzo Mourning, and John Crotty.
Lonzo's too mad to have the button.
So he never wants to hit the button?
He'll never want to hit the button. No button for Zoe.
So you have to be friendlier?
Gotta be a nicer, more positive person.
This is a way to bring Hassan Whiteside back into the fold. You know, he wanted to do the hibachi, and now you put him in charge of Pepas.
He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know if it's day or night outside.
Right, so he might hit the button in the first quarter.
He'll hit the button 3 a.m. He doesn't know what's
Tommy Tighe, could he work that system, Solana? Could Tommy Tighe work the system?
I believe he could. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's give it to Tommy Tighe.
Huck, I think we need what we're talking about is a checks and balance system.
Checks and balances.
That's what we need for this button.
Sounds like you guys don't understand the severity at play here. Like you're almost making a mockery of the Pepas alarm, and I don't know if I like it. I got to be honest.
Figure it out.
What did I miss?
No, it's not about a checks and balances. Nobody needs to be fired. The question is, has it run its course? You remember the Seven Nation Army song? Ba, 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 ba.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I mean, that was synonymous with the Big Three. It was.
That's right.
When you think of the Big Three, you think of that song being played late in a fourth quarter.
Right.
Kind of ran its course. It didn't hit the same when Deion Waiters was bringing the ball down the floor a couple of years later. Tyler Johnson was hitting a Big Three. And you just wonder now, has the Pepas alarm run its course? It failed yesterday. That's a bad look.
But it is still exciting. Here's the thing that when they do play it and it doesn't miss, it's one of the more exciting moments of the night. So do you want to take that away?
Isn't it attached to the Jimmy Butler era? Doesn't it, and will it not always represent Jimmy Butler Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Celtics?
A new Saltaway song.
Boom.
A new Saltaway song. Joe Cocker. Fire it off. Let me hear how it sounds. So here we go.
Like this.
Buddy Hield. He's looking to cut the lead to 12. He misses it. Comes back in transition. Tyler Hero buries a 3. Heat up 15. 3 minutes to go.
What would you do if I sang out of tune?
It works.
Would you stand up
It works.
Like this.
Holy mackerel. I got chills.
Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key.
It works.
To Solana's point, though, should we wait until we really have a competitive team to redo the song?
You got to have something, don't you?
But leave Peppers until we know that we can compete again, because we know this.
But something has to happen naturally, like Harlem Shake happened naturally, like it was a viral moment and everybody. Like Pepas was a popular song in Miami and not really many other places. And so it became like a great Miami thing to rally around. Maybe you have to wait for something more organic.
Oh, when we get a real one, we have to wait for a real.
Yeah, but then
roster,
we're still doing something
and we're
inorganic. We're just
manifesting.
right.
I got
right.
you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just wait until the next Spanish reggaeton artist makes a song about doing drugs in the club,
which
and then
could happen.
And why does
we
that
can
have to
embrace
be
that.
Spanish?
Right.
Can it be a rap song?
Isn't there like something I got a pill in Ibiza?
I want that one.
Right? Isn't there something about a pill in Ibiza?
Yeah, I think it's Ibiza.
Ibiza.
He got drugs in Ibiza.
Yeah, he had, well, a pill. I mean, I don't know what was in the pill. It
good.
could have been a vitamin.
Yeah, probably.
What song is that?
Maybe a worm gummy.
It's Mike Posner, isn't it? I took a pill in Ibiza.
Yeah. Maybe that could be the song. Ibiza.
I would love him to play Joe Cocker.
I thought that hit pretty well.
I did.
All right, Plagans is going to join us up here momentarily, so let's get headlines with Solana, brought to you by Doral Kia. Choose from over 500 new Kia models in inventory, like the Sportage, Sorento, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. Here's Solana.
I don't know. It's questionable because the Panthers kind of created their own goal song, and they're like, here, this is what it's going to be. Whether or not you like it, too bad. And I think we've all kind of embraced it, haven't we?
Yes.
You're going to accept it when you're winning.
But a goal
championships.
song is different. That's just they play it if you're down 6-1 or if you're up 6-1. It's just a
That
goal
was
song.
my argument with the turnover chain.
Right. No, I get
Where,
it. I get it.
You get a turnover fourth quarter down by 30.
I get it.
you
But then
can't
it's
put
the
it
same
on.
thing with the Pepas song is that you have to have a consortium to decide when it's appropriate because you could still be down, but maybe that turnover you believe is going to catapult you to victory. So it's not just, hey, if you're losing, we don't do the turnover chain. So there's got to be a consortium there. That consortium, obviously, Joe Zagacki, Victor Bermudez,
TBJ,
and no, Harry Kane. Harry and Harriet Kane.
Push a button. I'm calling the game here.
What? What's so funny?
I didn't know his name was Joe Cocker.
You really never heard of him?
No, I hadn't.
That song is I just got introduced to that song a week ago.
But it was just fascinating to me that song wasn't made for the Wonder Years. It was made as a song.
You thought that was a TV theme song?
I did.
Amazing.
Oh, Hawk showed me a video of him performing live. Go watch him perform live.
He's known for these like jagged movements, like
weird.
He looks odd.
He's an odd-looking dancer.
Like Elvis stuff, the Forrest Gump dance.
You're talking about Elvis the pelvis. No,
Elvis used to get down. Elvis was dancing his tail off.
Mm-hmm.
Elvis got kicked out of arenas for wiggling his little hips.
That is true. They arrested him.
Yeah, arrested for wiggling his little hips. You'll never know nothing about that, Solana.
The Heat. They'll play the Bulls Wednesday. Play-in tournament game. That's going to be a 7:30 p.m. tip-off.
It's a great text. No one else is surprised that Ryan Clark is the one who introduced him to Joe Cocker. It is. Now that you say it, that is strange. That like out of all the songs he could put on,
it's weird when you're in a car for 12 hours straight.
Yeah.
We listen to Lil Wayne. We listen to rap. We listen to an audiobook. Tuesdays with Maury or something.
Here. Mitch album.
You
listen to Tuesdays with Maury.
Tuesdays with
Ryan and
Maury,
Fred.
with Ryan,
That's
Fred,
funny.
and Alicia. We listen to audiobooks, and at about hour 7, he put on this song, and I'm like, man, this dude is singing.
You could throw it down.
And I was like, who is this? Let me put it in my little YouTube search. And he was like, man, it's Joe Cocker. He's amazing. Like, this song's been out for 30, 40 years. I don't know. And I didn't know if you knew him.
You listen to Tuesdays with Maury?
We listened to a 3-hour audiobook.
That is one of the funniest visuals.
That's wild,
ever,
man. That is wild.
You knew I was hot. I was fire hot in the back
That
seat.
is wild.
Who chose that?
It has to be Fred Taylor carrying around audio.
Them two talking about you got some good audiobooks. Audiobooks? What are we doing here, fellas? Don't touch me, Fred.
That's like a must read in high school for everybody that grew up in the United States.
High school? Jesus, how old am I?
We listened to from page 1 to the end.
Mitch Albom is one of the greatest sports writers of our time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna what's it called? Alert. The boy dies at the end. Maury.
Well, didn't he? Maury was an old man that he would go spend time with, and
his
Maury
professor.
had
He was his
cancer.
college professor. Yeah.
Maury was his
No, he didn't have cancer. He had, I believe, he had ALS.
He had something.
Lou Gehrig's disease.
And the boy was dying, and his last lesson was to teach people to die in peace and not be scared of death. And
it's one of the best-selling books in recent memory.
Not for 3 hours in a car with 2 boys. Damn, Chan. Fred, what are you saying?
And it wasn't necessary.
It's every now and again, Fred would look over and be like, damn, Chan. What? What are you talking about?
Can't wait to find out about your next road trip where you listen to The Great Gatsby.
I would buy that pay-per-view.
Seriously.
Crowder, RC, and Fred
Man.
listen to audiobooks while they drive through the Midwest.
I was in the back passenger seat, fire hot.
Hawk, what was it that Jerry Seinfeld did? Like comics and cars, or or
comedians in cars getting coffee,
whatever? The pivot crew in cars listening.
athletes in cars listening to books.
Damn, Chan. Why do you keep looking at me? I'm playing Candy Crush. I'm not worried about Maurice.
Can't wait to hear your synopsis on the Count of Monte Cristo, Crowder.
Hey, that's a good movie.
No, the movie sucks. The book is phenomenal.
Oh, the movie's better than the book. Movie takes 2 hours. Book takes 3 weeks.
And you can watch a movie.
What to say?
I hate these people. They go, "Oh no, you don't understand it if you don't really read the book." I go, "Really?" Because I get pictures along with the movie. Like I understand it way better than you. Hate these people who love books. Oh, you got to read the book. They made a movie out of it. Why would I read the book?
On a plane recently, a grown man, our age, 45, 50 years old, was reading Lord of the Rings. And I told him, I was like, man, they have all those
See the movie.
movies.
Yeah.
Oh no, I like to make the own picture in my
Yeah,
mind.
I hate that. I want someone to make the picture for me. I'm pretty sure they have Lord of the Rings on YouPorn. Different story.
Frodo is that little boy that's been famous for years. I know Frodo's face.
All right, anything else, Solana? Plagan's coming up.
I don't want to see Frodo on YouPorn.
So we're in agreement. Don't retire Pepas.
Let us stay around a little longer.
Your weather from the Domestic Dover Law Firm. Call
Well,
it
that's Plagan's.
What is your
866-954-MORE.
search history? Lord of the Rings.
The whole new meeting to Gandalf, the Great White Wizard. Trust me.
Well, Gandalf was big, boy.
I don't know any of the story. Like I literally don't even know the story. So this is all flying over my head.
Gandalf was about 9 feet tall. You know we had a slug.
And I imagine Mary and Pip were barefoot, but
Plagans, you think Gandalf had a slug? Plagans does a U-turn, starts walking away. All right, anything else, Solana?
weather from the Domestic and Dover Law Firm. Call them 866-954-MORE. YourAccidentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Partly cloudy, 80 degrees. That's your weather.